There are so many types of different emotions, feelings. In the Sanskrit language, it is called ras. Ras also means juice. So all these emotions are juices of life. Why we cannot be fully happy? Because we are never fully sad. When we are in grief, when we are in sorrow, we always try to find some entertainment. We always want to get out of that situation as quickly as possible. Find some substitute so we can be happy. This is the reason why we are never fully happy, because we are never fully sad. If you can become very, very sorrowful when you are in sorrow, totally in sorrow, then you can be totally happy also. This is the law of nature. But the industry is not interested in both. Because once you can be truly sorrowful, you can be truly happy, and you don't need medicines. You don't need supplements. And you don't need entertainment. Why do we need entertainment? To run away from the problem, to withdraw from the problem. Just do this when you are in sorrow and you feel like crying. Just cry to your heart's content. Within 20 minutes, 21 minutes, 22 minutes, you'll start laughing. You'll start laughing at your folly. Why am I crying like this? But if you immediately try to find some entertainment, then that sorrow lingers on. That sorrow is not settled. The grief is not settled. The grief is not settled. You know, in the Chinese tradition, there is a beautiful custom. When someone dies, if someone who is very, very dear to you dies, you can become numb. You can be so much in sorrow that you cannot express yourself. There are no tears. You cannot even cry. The sorrow is so deep that you cannot even cry. So the Chinese, they have an institution of Chaima. There are ladies, all in black. These ladies are paid to come and to mourn for the dead and to cry. Now these ladies are professional criers. They are paid for it. They are paid for it. They have no reason to cry. They don't even know the person who is dead. But the reason they cry is to make these people who are feeling numb, the family members who are numb, who are so shocked by the death, to start crying also. Once you begin to cry, you start crying, then the sorrow will pass. But we are trying to run away from the sorrow, and we find entertainment immediately, as soon as possible. Last Saturday, I understand you were watching a movie. I don't know how many of you were watching the movie. How many of you watched the movie? Last Saturday, yes, you did? How did you like it? The point in that movie is that as long as this man suffering from cancer is running away from the problem, he's sorrowful. He thinks he's going to a place called Shelter of Hope, and he thinks that there he'll meet people of sharing the same fate, dying of cancer, and he can thus support himself. The group can be supportive. But no, the group is not supporting. Whatever he does, he is still in sorrow. He is still in grief. Until he found out, he discovered, he learned from a small kid, and the most important dialogue in that movie is this kid, when the kid is telling this man, in my story there are no deaths. The man is saying, what about the story? You have been telling me the story. So finally somebody dies. He says, no, in my story nobody dies. There is no death in my story. That is the gist of the whole movie. There is no death in my story. People just move to another place. People just move to another place. There is no death. And that was a moment of realization. Why am I running away from my problem? So, whatever he has not done. He wanted to dress up like Indiana Jones, but that was a dream when he was a kid, when he was a teenager. Then he grew up, the dream was still there, but how to dress up like Indiana Jones and move around. And now, there's nothing to lose. Let me dress up like Indiana Jones and go for a holiday, the last holiday. So to face your grief, to face your sorrow, to face all the negativities. This was the lesson I learned when I was confronted with leukemia. I have written about this in my book. It was the same situation. Face your demons, face all your suffering, face all your grief, face all the negativities. It is only then that you can lift yourself. Nobody can lift you. No guru, no avatar, no savior, no master. Nobody can help you. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you have to lift yourself. You have to empower yourself. A guru at the most can show us the way. And when a guru shows the way, he is actually pointing towards our own self. There is a way there. There is no way outside. Face your own demons, face all your own problems, troubles. Don't capsulate, don't put any wrapping on top of your suffering, calling it challenge or something. Sorrowful incident is sorrowful, grief is grief. Troubles are troubles, problems are problems. Face them. And once you start facing them, all these problems, one by one, they drop by themselves. Then you see the whole picture, that life is not only laughter, life is not only happiness. All these are spices. Some of you who may have lived in Bali for quite some time, don't you enjoy sambal sometime? Although it is hot. You know sambal, the chili sauce, the chilies. It's hot, but you still enjoy.